The Last Camp. Jessica and Mark had always loved camping. Every few months, they'd escape from the city to explore new wilderness spots, pitching their tent far from the noise of civilization. The further they got from the crowds, the more alive they felt. This time was no different, at least at first. They found a remote site deep in the forest, miles from any trailhead, surrounded by towering pines and the stillness of nature. As dusk settled, the only sounds were the crackling of their fire and the whisper of the wind through the trees. "This place is perfect," Mark said, sipping from his mug, the orange glow of the fire casting flickering shadows on their faces. Jessica nodded, gazing into the surrounding darkness. It was then that she noticed something odd. Among the trees, beyond the reach of their firelight, something moved. A shadow, too tall and too slow to be an animal. "Did you see that?" she asked, her voice tight. Mark turned, squinting into the blackness. "What?" "I don't know. I thought I saw someone." Mark laughed. "We're in the middle of nowhere. It's probably just your eyes playing tricks." Jessica wasn't convinced, but she shrugged it off. They both went to bed soon after, climbing into their tent and zipping it tightly shut. The fire outside dimmed, leaving only the soft glow of embers. In the middle of the night, Jessica woke with a start. Something was wrong. It wasn't a sound or movement that had disturbed her. It was the silence. The forest, usually filled with the sounds of crickets and owls, was deathly quiet. Even the wind had stopped. She shook Mark awake. "Do you hear that?" Mark groaned, rubbing his eyes. "Hear what?" "Exactly." The quiet pressed in on them, suffocating. Then a faint rustling broke the stillness right outside the tent. Mark shot up, grabbing the flashlight. "Probably just an animal." He unzipped the tent and shone the beam of light around the campsite. Nothing. Just as soon as he was about to zip the tent back up, a whisper reached their ears. Soft, raspy, and close. Too close.
"Leave."
Mark froze, his heart pounding. Jessica's eyes widened as she clutched his arm. "Did you hear that?" Before Mark could respond, the tent was violently jerked, the fabric rippling as if something or someone was pulling at it. The flashlight flickered, casting wild shadows. Suddenly the voice came again, louder this time, more urgent.
"Leave now."
Mark scrambled to grab their gear, but the tent flaps tore open, exposing them to the darkness outside. Standing just beyond the glow of their dying fire was a figure. A tall, gaunt man, his face pale and sunken, eyes wide with a maddened stare. His mouth hung open, as though he'd been screaming silently for years. Without thinking, they bolted, leaving their tent and supplies behind. They ran through the forest, branches whipping at their faces, their footsteps loud in the dead air. They didn't stop until they reached the car, hearts racing, adrenaline surging. When they finally got home, shaken and exhausted, Mark opened the trunk to check their gear. Sitting neatly atop their camping supplies was a folded note, scribbled in shaky handwriting. "Don't come back." They never did.